Yes guys, welcome back to the channel, and today I'll be looking through my Euro 2024 predictions. So in this video it will include my surprise pick, a team that will maybe sleeping on or surprise one or two people in a tournament, and then we'll go to a team that will underperform expectations, and then we'll go to potential dark horses to win the competition, so them nations that are sort of outside shouts, to win the competition, and then we'll go to the team that I think will win the whole competition, so my favourite to win the whole thing, and a player to look out for this tournament, so someone who may be a little bit underrated going into the tournament, sort of like this surprise team really, but in terms of players. Then we'll go to the golden boot winner and the player of the tournament. So if you guys enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit a like on it, subscribe to the channel, and without further ado, let's get straight into it. So, kicking off with my surprise pick. Now, this is some team that not many people will have to do well this tournament, but will outperform expectations. And for me, the team that I went for is Scotland. Admittedly, their last Euros, they're a bit underwhelming. Obviously, in the group with England, drawing 1, losing 2. In technically a home tournament, the tournament was held in England, so it's only across the border, and they didn't do very well, to be honest. Obviously, they did get a draw against us, which it seemed like a victory for them, to be honest. But they've been doing really well during qualification. Beat Spain 2-0 at home, beat Norway 2-1 away. Like, they're tough games, and especially the Spain one as well. To get a 2-0 win against Spain, especially how good they've been these past few months, is really good. And they've got very dangerous players as well going forward. You've got the likes of Scott McTominay, you've got John McGinn, people who, especially John McGinn, who's had a really good season with Villa, finishing 4th. Scott McTominay seems to be a really good goal scorer, in fact, for Scotland. He was joint 5th for goals in qualifying from all of the groups, so he is good at, arriving late in the box. Used to be a striker as well in his youth days, so it kind of makes sense. Obviously, I've got their captain as well, Andy Robertson, brings a high level experience. He's played in every game teams will play in their Champions League final, and yeah, so I just feel like they have a really, really good squad. I can see them finishing second. Obviously, I've got a hard group with Switzerland and Hungary. Hungary especially have been doing really well in these past few tournaments, but I feel like they could squeeze in there. They could cause a bit of trouble, finish 3rd or 2nd or somewhere around there that qualifies them for the next round. I just think they have the ability to grind out results and possibly cause a few upsets. So for me, my surprise pick is going with Scotland. Now onto a team who I feel will underperform expectations. So a team that will have an underwhelming tournament and bow out early. So I went with Italy, the current holders of the Euros trophy. Of course, they've got an amazing squad, don't get me wrong. They've got the likes of Chiesa, Jorginho, Donnarumma, Nico Barella. But I've seen bigger teams fail at group stages. You look at the likes of Spain did in 2014 in the World Cup. They were very underwhelming with the team they had coming off of winning the Euros and World Cup. Expected to shine again, but they fell. You got Germany as well in 2018, getting knocked out. I think they lost to South Korea in the group stage. And yeah, I just feel like these shocks can happen in tournaments, and it wouldn't surprise me if it happened to Italy. They drew to North Macedonia in qualifying, they drew to Ukraine in qualifying, they finished 6 points off of England. It's not great when you're playing in major nations. Obviously, they did beat England previously, but you've got to get the games over the line. And if you're drawn to the likes of North Macedonia and Ukraine, especially when they've got the likes of Croatia and Spain in their group, I feel like they could finish above them, definitely, Croatia and Spain. So for me, I think Italy will get 3rd in the group, will then come up against a really strong side in the knockout stages and bow out. So for me, the team I think will underperform this tournament is Italy. Who do you think will underperform this season? Let me know in the comments down below. Now we go on to my potential dark horses of the tournament. Now this is a team I feel have an outside chance of winning the Euros for me. It's got to be Portugal. If you look at their team is stacked. They did really well in qualifying as well. Won all their 10 games in the qualifying group. The most they've ever won in a qualifying group for a major tournament as well. So going into it, they definitely look up for it. Their new manager, Roberto Martinez, seems to have got it spot on in terms of tactics, squad selection. Of course, he's not known for having great tournaments at international level. He was the Belgian coach in that sort of golden generation for Belgium in the 2018 World Cup, and then in the 2020 Euros, and then the 2022 World Cup. So he hasn't had great, a track record of big tournaments, but obviously it's a whole new team. You got players like Bruno Fernandes, Bernardo Silva, Ruben Diaz, Cristiano Ronaldo. Obviously, I know he's getting on, but it still brings that aura of Cristiano Ronaldo. You know, he's still bagging goals. Obviously, it's a Saudi Pro League, but you know, you got to take into consideration he can still bag the goals. And yeah, they've got some players that are the best in their position. So Roberto Martinez should be okay in terms of, as long as he gets the tactics right, squad selection. I think the Portuguese side will just do the rest for him, to be honest. They've always progressed from the group stages at the European Championships, so for me they'll get through the group no problem. You know, you've got teams like Turkey, Czech Republic and Georgia in their group. I feel like the Portuguese could easily win all them group games, and it will set them up nicely for the knockout rounds. So yeah, I think they're capable of beating many top sides in the competition and can definitely go all the way to win it. So for me, the dark horses to win the competition, I've gone with Portugal. Now going on to a team that I think will win the Euros, and I've gone with France. They won all but one of their qualifying games after drawing with Greece on their final match day, but they're already guaranteed a top spot. Greece were fighting to get into them playoffs, so you could probably see why they didn't get it over the line. I mean, Greece had to put everything on it to get a result. So they beat Netherlands home and away in the qualifying as well, so that's really good in terms of, you know, playing against the big dogs and beating them home and away. It's very, very impressive. So yeah, I can definitely see him winning the trophy. Obviously they've got great squad depth as well, you know, across the board, players who can play multiple positions, and they could have 2-3 decent players back up if there was an injury crisis or suspension, whatever. And they've reached the final in 3 of their last 4 major tournaments, which is crazy. So they've definitely got what it takes to get to them latter stages, with players like Kylian Mbappe, you know, scoring a hat-trick in the World Cup final. I feel like they can overcome any team in this competition. So yeah, I can easily see them topping their group. They've got Netherlands in the group as well, same with their qualifying, and also got Austria and Poland. So yeah, for me, Austria and Poland, easy wins for France. Is that Netherlands game that could cause an upset, but for me, I think France will beat them easily. And they've got players that play at the top level for the top clubs. You know, you got the likes of Tchouaméni, Camavinga, Ferland Mendy at Real Madrid, and Mbappe looks set to join them also. You got Teo Hernandez and Mike Maignan at AC Milan, Ousmane Dembele, Bradley Barcola, Kolo Muani, Zaire Emery at PSG. And yeah, it's just got so many good players. Koundé, Griezmann as well in there in La Liga. So yeah, you just can't see no team stopping France. And I can definitely see them winning the trophy come the end of the tournament. So to win the Euro 2024, I've gone with France. Now onto a player I think we should look out for at Euro 2024. Someone who's a little bit underrated, you know, not many people talking about him. And I've gone with Spain's Nico Williams. He's just come off a great season in La Liga. 29 starts, scoring 5 goals and got 11 assists. He finished second in the overall 4 assists in the league. So he's definitely a really top level creator. And Spain will be seen as an underdog, really. So I feel like their team is quite underrated, and types of players like Nico Williams to bring that different sort of game to it. You know, he's not like a pass and move winger like your Grealishes and all that. He's going to be direct. He's going to be running direct, getting in behind, causing trouble, creating the goals. Yeah, he's got the speed to get past most fullbacks. So yeah, I think he's going to be a danger for sides. So yeah, for me, the player to watch out for in this tournament, I've gone with Nico Williams of Spain. Now onto the Golden Boot winner. I've got to go with Harry Kane, to be honest. Across the last 3 major tournaments, no one has scored more goals in the international tournaments. So he's got 12 in total across them 3. Yeah, I just feel like he's on penalties for England, which does help. He normally does get a few in the group stage, which obviously does help. And I feel like we'll get to the semi-finals around that sort of mark, so he'll have plenty of games to get his goal tally up. Obviously, he's one of the best finishers in the world. You know, he's had 32 starts for Bayern this season, got 36 goals and got 8 assists, which is crazy. And he's always scoring on the international stage. You see him in numerous stages. His competition to get the Golden Boot, though, I feel like will be probably, your Kylian Mbappe of France. Lukaku with Belgium, who was the top goal scorer in qualifying. He got 14 goals in 8 starts. That is, again, it's crazy numbers from Lukaku. And Cristiano Ronaldo, who he was also second in qualifying for goals. He scored 10. So yeah, he could have a bit of competition, but I just feel Harry Kane will get it. He's just a born goal scorer. So for my Golden Boot winner, I've gone with Harry Kane. Now onto my player of the tournament. I've gone with Kylian Mbappe, to be honest. With France winning the competition, I feel like there's only one man that will get them to that final, and it will be Kylian Mbappe. He's going to score goals, he's going to create. He's just a danger. He's got everything to his game. Probably, other than aerial ability, he's got everything to his game. So for me, the player of the tournament's got to be Kylian Mbappe, especially if they lift a trophy. Yeah, I just feel like he'll get it, and possibly he'll go on to win the Ballon d'Or. Who knows? And with the move to Real Madrid as well, you know, it's definitely going to be on the cards. So yeah, the player of the tournament has gone with France's Kylian Mbappe. That is that for that video, guys. If you did enjoy, then don't forget to hit that subscribe button, as we're really close to 2,000 subscribers, so really help us out to hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit that like button as well, and we'll catch you in the next one.